What did it mean living out there just with your mother and father? I mean, in terms of schooling, for example.
At the time, probably didn't consider it too much. The schooling I got under their tuition ended up being about the same as what you'd get in a local public school. You know, when they finished doing whatever it was they were doing, I could hold my own with anybody who'd gone to grade 8 in a public school.
Did your mother sort of teach you every day?
Yes. I had a period of time during the morning when I had so-called lessons, reading and writing. She would spend some time with me. You got to remember that she didn't have too much education herself. And my dad taught me simple math.
Did you ever go to school?
In Veasy Creek, they had a school. They would need so many children to open it, and then if one of them moved away, the school could stay open. So at a young age, I was borrowed, and I would stay in that school for a couple of weeks or a month, learned absolutely nothing, and then I'd go back to the woods.
You left home for the first time, according to the book anyway, when you joined the army.
That is correct, yes.
Was it difficult to leave, or were you ready to go by then?
I was ready to go. Yes, I went out and worked about 4, 5, 6 months, and I decided if I'm going to get away, I got to make a complete break. I joined the Army. I joined an outfit stationed in Ontario rather than Alberta. I think it was an essential part of my growing up. We'll never know, because we'll never know what I'd have done if I'd have stayed home or stayed in the same area without joining the Army.
Your parents must have known this was going to happen one day.
I would imagine so. Mm-hmm.
Did they find it hard having you away, especially having you in the war?
At times, I think they found it pretty tough, especially like in the incident where my dad became ill. And sometimes, people just get depressed. And I'm sure it was a bit of a drag for me not to be there.
And what was it like to come back and see that place with the eyes of someone who'd been around the world?
It looked exactly the same, and it was just like I'd been gone a day.
Were you glad to be back?
I was glad to be out of the Army.
And how long did you stay then with your parents back in that life?
See, winter of 55, 56, 57, 2 seasons, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I'd stay there during the trapping season or during the winter months. And then during the summer months, I would work in the logging industry. And I eventually found a job that I thought I better just hang on to. So that was the end of the trapping career.
And how long did your parents stay out there on their own then?
They left shortly after.
So it was coming to an end, really, at the time you joined the Army. It was coming to an end.
It had been interesting to know what would have happened if I'd have just stayed at home all my life. I'm glad I didn't.